Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hull City Career Mode episode number 6 today, and we're starting off by going through our youth scouting reports from England and Wales over the past month. No one really who stood out. We put a couple in and here I am, it's all sped up, but I'm just putting them on development plan to try and help their overalls. So in this year we've got great overalls or no potentials, or great potentials, and their overall's about 40. So it's very rare that you find someone extremely, extremely good. But it's good and bad. It's good and bad. And you saw the league table there, currently sat in 4th. Top scorers, Keane Lewis-Potter, 3 goals behind. Top assists, it's Eves and Lewis-Potter joint 2nd. Eves in less games. Jack Byrne, 3 assists in 9. In clean sheets, we're lagging behind a little bit. But our first opponents today, Shrewsbury, are top of the table clash. They are in 2nd place in the league in this career mode. So it's all very tight up there. So any win against the team up there is a massive, massive help. And any win is a massive, massive help with how tight it is. Mark Pugh in there for Shrewsbury. Recently played them in real life. Wasn't a great result for us at the KCOM a few weeks ago in real life. Could we change the fortunes of the side against Shrewsbury around? And it'd only take 5 minutes for the first highlight to come. Wilkes would play it in field to Lewis-Potter, would find Jack Byrne, would play through George Honeyman. Honeyman will put it in the back of the net. That's 1-0 to the Tigers after just 6 minutes, and the captain, he's not got the armband on because since he's come back from injury I've forgotten to put it back on him, but that should be rectified in future episodes. But Honeyman there with the goal. And give it another 12 minutes, we'd be straight back in as well, as Lewis-Potter would find Honeyman. Honeyman would wait, he'd loop the ball over to Lewis-Potter. Honeyman with the goal with the first goal, but gets the assist for the second as well. Lewis-Potter there, ecstatic. So ecstatic. He's doing some odd dance move, bounces up things on the grass. But we had 2-0 going into the break, and we were in control in this game, I felt. And we wouldn't stop there, as James Scott would find Keane Lewis-Potter, who'd be up against Pierre. He'd find James Scott, who'd cross it to the back post for Jack Byrne on his left foot. Beautiful little finish from a tight angle. Did really well there. And he's showing off his flexibility in the celebration as well. Brilliant. We were brilliant in this game. And the last goal would come as a move out from the back. We'd have a goal kick. Long would find Emmanuel, would find Malik Wilkes. He'd play it to Doherty. Jack Byrne would beat a man. He'd find Keane Lewis-Potter, he had options to his left, he had options to his right, but they were cut off immediately, so he had to go alone. And he didn't need to pass. He's too good. He's too good to pass. He doesn't need to pass. The league's top scorer, nearly. One more goal and he's there. But yeah, I thought I'd never remember Shrewsbury having that many shots and even that much possession. This next game, Papa John's Trophy time. We'd kick off our Papa John's Trophy campaign against Plymouth Argyle, their last game of the group stage. Shrewsbury Shrewsbury have played these guys. We have to play Shrewsbury in an upcoming episode. But Plymouth went full strength. I went full reserves. We rotated massively. They didn't. And it would show, as in the 17th minute, a corner was whipped in towards Noble, who put it in past Matt Ingram. I'm confident that if we went full strength in this game, we could have won. I'm confident of that. Because, yes, the first hour wasn't great. When we made changes, everything happened. But you see there, the marking, oh my word, is that... I'm not sure who that... I think that's a Delican. Good grief, Hakeeb. I don't rate a Delican in FIFA. I don't rate him in FIFA at all. On the attacking front and on the defensive front, he's as poor as you can get, really. But he's a good utility player, is a Delican, because he'll just fill in on either wing. 2-0. Ryan Hardy. He's someone who I might be looking to sign in future seasons because he's on loan at Plymouth. Maybe get him in as a backup striker because Eves is 28, and when you're 28 in FIFA, you're nearing the drop-off point. So Ryan Hardy might be someone who I look into getting, and you can see there comparing him to Tommy. Plymouth were on top in this game. And they would get a third before we could reply. Kamara would find Nouble. He'd look for Reeves. Louis Coyle would step out. He'd play it to George Cooper. He'd play it back through to Reeves. And Nouble, that was trying to pull the vice towards Nouble, but I just didn't, quite frankly. I'd forgot my sense of direction. So Nouble got his second, Plymouth's third. But we would fight back. Eventually, as we'd snuff out this Plymouth attack here. Brilliant save by Ingram. Device would clear. Alfie Jones would help it on to Richie Smallwood. Smallwood would break. He'd find Tom Eves. And Evesy, he'd step inside. He'd play it through to Dan Batty. Batty would absolutely rocket it home. I'd try to get him to pick the ball up, but he'd just be dancing around it for ages and then kick it out the way. So I just thought, go and celebrate, Dan. Go and celebrate it. Just go and celebrate it. Lovely little ball roll by Eves. And the ball to Batty was decent. And the finish was next level. There'd still be time for another couple of attacks though. Watts on the ball. He'd look to play it forward to Nouble. He would. He'd flick it back. Telford's head would be cut out. The pass to Telford would be cut out by McLaughlin. And Batty would charge through. He'd find his way past Canavan. Find Lewis Potter with the ball through. Keen Lewis Potter would make it 3-2 in the 82nd minute. And there was a little bit of hope. As I say, if we'd have played our full team, we could have won. But we didn't. I'd much rather prioritise the league than I would prioritise this. So I did rotate. But it is still a competition I would like to win. But we lost, and correctly so. Now this game was infuriating. I'll tell you why, because in the second half my controller broke. Yeah. At home to Crewe. My word. Quicker we get through this game, the better, really. We would start off in the lead. We'd break out defence really well. Fleming would find James Scott down the left-hand side. Scott would cut inside a little bit. He'd wait, he'd play it through. KLP puts it in at the near post. That's 1-0 to the Tigers after just 11 minutes. This was when my controller was fully functioning. Yeah. Now I'm just going to explain to you what's gone wrong with it. Basically, it doesn't like me passing forward. So on your Xbox controller, in the second half at the KCOM, you're pulling your controller right. You're pulling your left stick right to you're taking it from the centre, you're moving it right so it moves forward, so you can go forward. In fact, no, you're moving it left, aren't you? But my controller loves rights. On the F1 game, when I'm down a straight, it just pulls me to the right-hand side. In a left-handed corner, I'll sometimes be turning right into a left-hander. But so in this game, I'm trying to pass it forward by pulling the stick left. But it doesn't like going forward. So I was pulling every single thing back. You can see here, it wouldn't let me move with George Long there. I popped the ball down, it wouldn't move. What I tried to do then was I tried to pop the ball down and run. But it wouldn't let me run. He just stopped and got tackled. He just completely stopped. And this one was so infuriating. It was the next one. It was just poor goalkeeping again. There's nothing I could do about that. I was getting absolutely played off the park for that goal. Zanzala came on in the second half and changed the game for them. But this one was the most infuriating. There I'm telling Groove to pass it forward. There I'm telling Bert to pass it forward. There I'm telling Long to go to clear the ball forward and run forward. But he turns back. It's so infuriating. Then Charlie Kirk's there taking the oh yeah, thank you. You only had that goal because my controller broke it. I showed my dad it. My dad was in the room at the time and he was just absolutely wetting himself. And this one, I was just so annoyed that the ball got played through. I just slid with Brandon Fleming and he got sent off. Rightly so. With a fully functioning controller, who knows what could have happened. But, hey-ho. Hey-ho. You see there, I'm trying to position Burke on the line. He's walking backwards. But Long makes a good save from the free kick. And we're not even going to discuss that game anymore. So I thought, no, can't end the episode like that. So we'd move on to Wimbledon. We'd travel to the south. We'd travel down south with a top scoring team in the division. We'd need to bounce back. No Brandon Fleming. Callum Elder comes in. I didn't make any other changes other than that because, if I'm honest, I just wanted to give him another chance at redemption. A 5 at the back again that we'd have to break down. There's a lot of 5 at the backs in this League One. But we'd start off well. Lewis Potter, find James Scott, bang, 1-0. Absolutely lovely stuff. Only took 29 minutes. And in this game, we were wholly dominant. James Scott pointing to the back of his shirt. This is me. This is me. Get me scoring. Play me. I will come good eventually. And James Scott, once you get him scoring, he doesn't stop. That's what I've found in this FIFA. He doesn't score bags and bags like Lewis Potter has done. I've recorded a lot of episodes in advance. Lewis Potter has scored a lot of goals. In one game he's scored braces, hat-tricks, things like that. Scott, they're coming ones and twos. The James Scott scores. We go 2-0 up here through Wilkes, who finds Lewis Potter. That's a brilliant bit of play. We didn't overwork it. We just kept him waiting. And the fact that the keeper and the defender just got mugged off in one. It's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, Scott, his goals come in ones. They don't come in threes, fours, things like that. They come in ones. But Burn there with a nice cutback. Finds Malik Wilkes. Lewis Potter. It's so satisfying to just see the defender and the goalkeeper Connell Truman hit the floor at the same time. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And he's in a full kit again. What a prat. What a prat. And we won't stop there. We would not stop there. We'd make it 3-0. Emmanuel would find Baldwin. Baldwin would play it to Jack Byrne. He'd flick it behind to Tom Eaves. It's a beautiful finish into the top corner by, Tommy Eaves. Lovely finish. Byrne, beautiful ball through. Eaves, the finish on his left foot is absolutely exquisite. It's exquisite. It's brilliant. It's absolutely phenomenal from Tom Eaves. And he tenses his muscles to show off his class. And we were dominant in this game. We were dominant. The possession stats don't show it, but we absolutely dominated. And the boys can share the champagne. Defence was solid. The attack was lethal. So all the boys can share the champagne. And yeah, what else is there to say? After that disaster against Crewe, I got a replacement controller. And we absolutely dominated. Just goes to show what happens when you have a working controller. What can I say? So that's it for episode 6 of the Hull City Career Mode, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for another episode very soon. Stay safe, everyone. Up the Tigers. See you later. Bye-bye.